When did it start fucking starting automatically without me pressing a button? How annoying. Flat of British subscriber channel, Lee speaking. Yeah, so I did a vlog on Monday, a Vanavlog, and I haven't uploaded it. I just held on to it because I just wasn't sure. And this is just an intro, so it's going to be the Vanavlog from Monday anyway. So Saturday, Martin did a vlog on 10 years of Flat of British. Yeah, which is fine, it's fine, but I just completely got the wrong end of the stick. And I mean, so, you know, basically it was just a celebration. I mean, Flat of British isn't really, if you think about it, any particular one person. And but I didn't take it that way. I thought, how could I not be mentioned in a vlog? How could I not be mentioned? But then no one was really mentioned in the vlog. It was just like, you know, all different events. The Flat of British have met up and stuff like that, which I would have liked to have gone to myself, but one reason or another, never got round to it. You know, it's just a nice vlog really, but I just totally got the wrong end of the stick. I just thought, right, oh fucking hell, you know, and just fucking spazzed out. But I think it was a really good vlog, so I am going to upload it, and just ignore me. Just ignore me when I'm fucking talking about Martin and Flat of British. Just ignore me. Just ignore that part. The rest of it's pretty good. So I'm going to hand you over now to me. Hey, it's a Vanavlog. Well, Martin just did a video yesterday. 10 years of Flat of British. And I didn't get a mention at all. Unless there was a sentence. You know? Was it 2.5 hours? I didn't even get a mention. It. Well, so obviously any self-respecting person would say, well, that's it then, you know, I'm done. And so yeah, I'm done. I started off my last channel that got wiped off the face of the earth, saying that I was going to help Martin and Flat of British, and then I called my channel Flat of British Sub, and 8 years ago, no, hold on, 9 years ago, something like that, and I set out to do exactly that, and that's exactly what I have done. And job done, I suppose. Job done then. Yeah. So I'm quite happy with myself. I think I've done very, very well. Yeah. So yeah. So no more Flat of British Sub, I'm afraid. Well, I'm not afraid, I mean, you know, it's job done, so, you know, that's it. And, yeah. So I need a new channel name. I need a new channel name. Yeah, I need a new channel name. I need some new terminology as well. I can't say like flat earth British anymore, so I need like another catchphrase or something, you know, to describe the hidden world. I mean, I'm not done. I am nowhere near fucking close to be done. You know, like if you think like, well, we haven't had much from Lee for the last couple of years. Well, there's a reason for that. I've just been run through the fucking mill. Not kind of like some kind of like self-pitying what that word be? Self-pitying because of C, and it's to do with like being under constant attack. It's all kind of been part of the journey to find truth, and it didn't take me that much brain power to contribute to Flat Earth British, and everything that I did. It didn't take that much, but there's a lot more over the last couple of years that I just haven't been able to talk about or discuss. And I'm not too far off starting chapter 2. Not far off chapter 2 at all. Yeah, so yeah, I think I'm coming to that place pretty soon anyway. Yeah, so I need a new name for my channel. I'm not sure whether to, I'm not quite sure what to do. Whether to start up another channel, which is specifically Vanavlogs, or just amalgamate it in with other stuff that I just do anyway, and all the stuff that I haven't done yet and I'm going to do. Yeah, so that's that really. That's that for now. Yeah, so well done, Lee. Well done. Flat Earth British sub. Well done. Good job. Good job. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It was nothing really. So like you know, from now onwards it's not just going to be Vanavlogs. I'm actually going to be like walking about vlogging, doing stuff. Yeah. Looking at things, presenting things to you. With and without my interpretation. So, you know, you've got the option of interpreting what you see for yourself. I have a particular bias when I do that. I'll be looking at things that speak for themselves, you know, so in a sense you won't really be interpreting what you see, because what you see is what you see, it is what it is, you know, but it's things that you just don't notice day to day. And yeah, completely change your world of view. So anyway, you know, I don't have any more fucking considerations, you know, to say anything contrary to what's said by Martin Leaker anymore. Because it's job done, so I can just fucking do whatever I like now, say whatever I like, and so that's what I'll do. Starting now, actually. I'm parked outside the church. I say church, but it's not a church. Well, it is, but it ain't. What's it called? What the fucking hell is it called? Let's see. Hilltop Community Acupuncture. It's not the name of a church, is it? I'm just going to go on Google Maps, because you've got to see this. I wish I had two phones. Right. Come here, you bastard. 20, 25. Go on to Google. I prefer DuckDuckGo, but when they generate results, it's just fucking just not what you want, you know. Right, Google Maps. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Oh, no, I have to go into another window and type. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Location now. Okay. Where am I right now? Where am I right now? I don't think I'm there. Oh, this is... Sorry about this. Where am I? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. No. No. It's not very accurate. That's... Oh. Hold on, I'm just doing street view. Hold on. Fuck off. That's weird. Right, so I am here. Can you see that? Say about can you see that? Can you see that? Yeah. It's called does that come out backwards on your screen? Pepys Road. P-E-P-Y-S. London. England. Okay? So yeah, that's that. Notice the two posts. Yeah. And the brickwork is the same. The brickwork is the same. It's the same as the Antiquitech building behind. It's exactly the same. Same brickwork. Same stuff. But this is what it looks like now. Can you see those? See that post has fallen down? And in the middle of that post is a steel rod. And no doubt the building behind has the same. Oh, what area am I in? I think I just closed the window. Hold on. Yep, I closed the window. Oh, kids. So now I can be as miserable or depressed or angry or whatever as much as I like. It doesn't matter. I can do what I want now. And so I can be me, and I'm going to be me from now onwards. I'm going to do more Vanavlogs for the interim till I start. I nearly said flat earth British then. Till I start the next chapter in the search for truth, reason, and equilibrium with order and chaos simultaneously. You too can have peace with utter chaos and disordered order and fake order, with true, fake, you name it. It doesn't matter now. Sort of delving into why life doesn't make any sense. What is the true value of logic and reasoning that is by percentage accepted by most of humanity. And why no one can make a success of that, and all that kind of stuff. It's all here. It's all here. On whatever my channel is going to be called. It's all here. It's all going to be here now. So, yeah. That's something I heard the other day, which is quite good. Some chinky guy. And, actually, no, it's not just that. It was two things. Was the other guy chinky? Yeah, one of them was, anyway. So the first thing was, do your eyes hypnotise you? I think it was a rhetorical question. But they said, if you really think about it, you're hypnotised by what you see. And then a couple of days later, happened to be another video, and it was a chinky guy, and he said, you could be looking at a tree, like right now I'm looking at a tree. When I look at the tree, I'm not thinking. But it is possible for me to be staring at the tree, but my mind is completely somewhere else doing something. So my mind is not with my eyes and what I see. In fact, when I look around, I'm not thinking. But I can look around and be thinking, but thinking about something else, you know? I thought it was really quite clever, actually. Just the whole thing about sight is hypnosis. I thought, well, that's a clever trick. I never thought about that before, so I thought I'd share that with you, because that's a good one. And then, yeah, just a thing about your mind is not in your sight, because you can be elsewhere. I think he said, I think some kind of fucking Buddhist chinky or something, and so he said, your spirit is not in your eyes. And that was the foundation for what he said next, which I just explained to you. But obviously I don't think that's particularly true about spirit being in your eyeballs. But anyway, yeah, so no, but yes, yeah, but no, but yeah, but. So yeah, yeah. Do our eyes deceive us? Do our eyes hypnotise us? And when we're fully engrossed in the occupation of sight, are we mindless? Brilliant. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you because that was pretty good. I'm also opposite a fucking school, Hatcham College. How can it be a college if the kids are only like 8 and 9? I hate schools, it's so depressing. Thursday. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I was at ease, at leisure. It was the evening. I'd finished work. It was like evening. I'm, for want of a better phrase, I'm lucky to have a garden. I have a garden. I'm sorry if you don't have a garden. I know it sucks. I'm so sorry. I don't want to make you jealous. It just came with the house, you know, which I rent. I don't own it, so I've got fuck all. I just rent a house, it's got a garden. It just happens to be in a garden, right? Don't fucking think that I'm rich or something. Anyway, so I just contemplating a great many things, and not anything specifically. It's just kind of like in the background, like cogs, just whirring away, you know, and giving me a sense of being. Which is kind of my seat of reason. It's my foundation. It's my modus operandi, something like that. I knew I wouldn't pull that one off. Anyway, so yeah, you know, everything's like whirring around, and I'm just kind of like, I'm looking, but my mind's elsewhere. I'm just like looking, and then suddenly this one word clicks. It's like all the cogs were clicking, and then suddenly, and the one word, and my jaw dropped. And this is, I mean, you know, up to this day, and you know, all of the you know, what is life about, what's going on, where are we, blah, 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 and all that lot. And I've looked at it all different angles and blah blah blah. I mentioned it in vlogs, and this one word just came in, and as soon as it dropped, my jaw dropped. And the word, I won't keep it any longer, is tourism. So, the meaning of life, the word is tourism. What is the meaning of life? Tourism. What is tourism? I'm gonna fucking type the word in. What do I need it? How do you spell tourism? T-O-U-R. You know, back in the day when I discovered the Phoenicians and decoded everything. This is another decode. It's tourism. It's everywhere. If you think about the nature of existence, a tourist field. Is that a coincidence? It's a tourist field. Oh, I'm a tourist in a tourist field. Am I a tourist? I mean, it's tourism, definition. That's why we're here. There's a bit more to it, don't get me wrong, but that is the fucking word. Unleashes. It's a key of life. Tourism, the act and process of spending time away from home in pursuit of recreation, relaxation and pleasure while making use of the commercial provision of services. Tourism is distinguished from exploration in that tourists follow a beaten path. Anyway, there's probably more. I don't want to get bogged down by all that. I said once before, I came across a comment very early, fucking noisy kids. Yes. Yeah. I suppose about 10 years ago, someone made a comment. They said, like, anyone that exists here gave their consent to be here. And it's bugged me forever since I read that comment. And when tourism dropped, I was like, oh shit. Could it be that? Is that what that person meant? But they just didn't have the word tourism in their head. You know, is that it? Is that what happened? The cycle of life, going around and around. You live a life, die, come back, live your life, die, come back. I mean, you know, it's just like just going on a fucking world cruise or something, you know? You're just visiting places, but visiting life, visiting experiences, tourism. And as you know, the way that I look at people, I don't judge them, I just look at what they're doing and their actions and how they interact with their environment, with whatever they're doing. Like right now, there is a woman pushing a baby in a pushchair while simultaneously swiping on her phone. And she's got earpods in at the same time. And she's not looking where she's going. I mean, she's having an experience, I suppose. But, okay. No doubt she's walked up and down that pathway for a few years. I mean, she's familiar with it. But nevertheless, every day's a different experience. She might have come up here yesterday and it was pissing down with rain. Or it might have been hot. Or it might have been snowing. Or, I don't know, she might have sprained her ankle going downstairs and then she was limping yesterday. Maybe she'll be doing it tomorrow. I don't know. Fucking rapture or something, I don't know. But nevertheless, it's an experience. Unique experience. And I mean, that's the thing about tourism, isn't it? You go somewhere to have an experience. And when I think about birth and being born just blank, and then a whole catalogue of experiences ending in death. But nevertheless, it's an experience, you know? It's like that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Total Recall. And he lives somebody else's life. But, you know, the advertisement before he went to go on to that tourist virtual reality journey, they were saying things, there was advertisements saying, you know, don't you know, waste your money going to Ben Nevis in Scotland. No, why waste your money going to Ben Nevis in Scotland? All the transport and everything, you know, planes, trains, automobiles, weather, danger and stuff like that. Why bother? For a third of the price, you can have a virtual reality experience of the entire thing. and you won't be at harm, you know. But it's tourism, virtual tourism, and as I look around and I look at people, it's exactly what I see. It's tourism. But what struck me about it the following day is I'm thinking, I can see that that's what's going on. They're doing everyone's doing the whole tourism thing. They're all tourists. But it's like they forgot that they're tourists. It's like they believe that what they're going through is real life and true. It's just my observation. But this whole thing about being a tourist, it just makes sense. It makes sense. And when you think about societies and societies, it's all based on tourism. You know, TV or watching a show, it's tourism. You're involved. You're away from home. You're somewhere else. You're, you know. It'd be easy if I could just ramble off everything rather than try to explain it to you. I think I'm doing myself a misjustice, a misservice. But yeah, you know, so let's try and not do that. So yeah, I think I can't observe anybody's pre-existence. I can only observe their existence now. And the fundamental principle of everybody that exists is tourism, it's entertainment, it's a fucking massage, you know? Massage your brain, massage your fucking genitalia. It's just fucking pleasure. It's just the pursuit of tourism. It's just tourism. It's what it is. You know, and when I look at like antiquity buildings, you know, there's a lot of stuff you haven't seen because I haven't shown you yet on my channel. Absolute fucking shitloads of fucking shit that is going to blow your head off, you know. Well, okay, for the stuff that you have seen, like an antiquity building to my left, and you know, just, it's a fantastic feat of engineering. And there was a civilization, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100,000, millions, trillions, whatever you want, years ago. Why did they do such a thing like that? You know, or a cathedral somewhere, you know? Just think of the most incredible fucking building, ancient antiquity building that you know of. And you think, and you know, and a question as into why? Why would you go to such lengths to construct something like that? Why? Entertainment, tourism. It's the reason. My last vlog, I said, like, you know, if everybody at Flat Earth British went to a continent beyond the ice wall of Antarctica, you know, why the fuck would they want to build? Why would they want to build? You know, if the fucking ambient temperature was just the same all year round, you know, and you know, you got all your food sources and water sources, just fucking nature. Why would you build or anything like that? What would be the incentive? Tourism. If the whole earth was just completely, you know, like flat plains full of green grass and trees and forests and woods, well, you know, you go from one place to the next, it's all the fucking same, you know. It's all the same. So, you know, if by definition your existence is based on tourism, well, you need to make the place interesting. You need diversity. You need, you know, you need to make a place to visit that's not your home, that doesn't look anything like your home. So let's bring in different languages. Let's bring in different cultures, religions, you name it. Tourism. Just watch people. I wanted to think a lot more about it, and perhaps in the near future I'll elaborate on it a bit more. Since I thought about it, I wanted to think a lot more about it, but I haven't been able to, because my life is completely fucking crazy at the moment, just completely mad. So I just barely have enough time for myself to do anything, and when I do have any time, I just like fucking just mong out, you know, just mong out. I just don't want to do anything, just fucking like watch some shit on the TV, you know. But I think it's all coming to an end pretty soon, so. And yeah, so yeah, tourism. Oh, there was something else that came along to do with that. To do with tourism, because the thing is, if you're a tourist, it's just you are a singularity tourist, but you're away from home in a place where there are lots of other tourists. I look a bit pale. Isn't the light? No, it's the light. It is the light. It's getting dark. My automatic lights just come on in the van. It thinks it's like evening. But there are tourists everywhere. But we're not joined together. And the kind of the picture that I got about everybody on Earth walking around doing what they're doing. If you think of say like a king size bed, okay, now back in the day, in the 1970s, early 80s, a mattress, you'd have a cage of springs, yeah, so you have like a grid on the top of I'm not even sure what they're made of. It's metal. I don't know if it's like stainless steel or something. I don't know. No idea. Can't remember. But you got like a. I was going to draw, but then I remembered I can't draw. You got like a platform, and a platform, and then in between you've got the springs. Yeah, but the springs are connected to the bottom platform and the top platform. The whole rectangular bed is filled with all those springs, but they're all attached to the top and the bottom. So when you lie on the bed, so if you was lying on one of those types of beds from the 70s and 80s, if you was lying there and somebody came in and lie next to you, you would suddenly raise up like that, because it's like a seesaw because of all the springs, you see. It's like that. So if you're, so the bed's like that, you lay that side, the whole mattress bends like that because all the springs are attached to the top and the bottom cage in the middle of the mattress. Then someone else comes in and it equilibrium, depends on the weight ratio between you and the other person. What is that? I feel like I burnt my fucking, I had a burn there or something. It was itching, stinging earlier. Yeah. However, today they do not make beds the same way. What they have is they'll have a cage, yeah, have a cage like a bottom cage, and if you could think of toilet rolls or kitchen rolls, you've got the centre piece, right? You've got them, and you've got a spring inside, yeah, and because the spring's encased, it's not connected to any other springs, and it's not connected to the top either. So basically we had like a rigid bed that only went like that, because you've got like say 1,000 pockets of springs in a mattress that they have today. It becomes like that. So when your body goes in on top of the fucking mattress, it will go down, but that end won't go up. And if someone else goes on that end won't go up, that will just go down. So it's always flat. Oh, just got fucking cramped then. Bastard. Oh. So yeah, if you want a decent bed, you need a pocket spring bed. Oh. And that's kind of like that's kind of like the picture I've got. Like, you know, the earth is a mattress and we're all in our individual cone springs. It's like that. We're all together in one place, but we're all independent and work differently. And the reason being is because we are each individual tourists, all on our own little holiday. It's not, I'll have to speak louder now because it's fucking raining. There is more to all this, but I think it's important, if you can see what I see, if you can imagine, if you can have the concept. Oh, I might have to wait a minute, it's quite loud. Just in case you didn't believe me and you thought it was like tricks or something, like video tricks. So, you know, for the moment, it's not conclusive. I'll just say, right now, that you pay to be here, to exist. And you're in it, you're still here, it's not finished yet, the trip hasn't come to an end, but you've got no knowledge of it. The fact that you've got no knowledge of it does not negate the fact that everything you do is based on tourism, and the world around you is based on tourism and experience, but you forgot. Just take that and just, you know, just hold on to that thought and just contemplate it for a minute. It's not the end all of everything that I want to say, but it's a big part. It's at least a first step in the right direction, because it's true. I see it everywhere. It's the underlying thing. Underlying? The underlying thing of what's going on in your world and reality. It's absolutely tourism. Absolutely. Which of course begs for more explanations and more questions, of course. But as always, it's not, I don't really feel it's my job to explain everything so that you don't have to think, you know? I mean, there's a difference between experience and knowledge. You know, I would like to give you a little knowledge that sends you to have the right experience, if you see what I mean. And I don't want to taint that, because it's your experience, you know, it's your tourist. I'm a tourist, you're a tourist. So, you know, we shouldn't really be influencing each other, you know, from that perspective, if you see what I mean. That's why, you know. Sorry, it's going to be noisy. Oh, lightning! What if there would have been in thunder? No, 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 no. I've angered the gods. They're coming for me. I'm just winding up the window for my own protection. I'm opening that window over there. They'll have to reach across to get me. The gods will have to reach across to get me. Yeah, at which point I can wind up the window. I can't see anything now. for how long I have been incensed by the absolute insanity and chaos of humanity. Just illogical, unreasonable. You know, you got women. You know, women. They're all over the fucking place. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, what I want to say is, I mean, you know, like, just men in general, fucking, you know, fucking, I don't know, fucking arse from their fucking face, do they, really? You know what I mean? And that's bad enough. I mean, it's just chaotic. It just fucking drives me mad. Just thinking, why the hell are you doing that, you know? Or like, fucking hell, that was stupid. You know? I mean, that would have been bad enough. But then you got women. Women, men. You know? And it's just fucking chaos everywhere. And for the longest time, I tried to make sense of it, thinking, what is going on? Why? You know? And it's tourism. Everyone's on their own fucking journey, doing their own thing, having their own experience. Home away from home. You know, just... The gods have passed me over, I am safe. And yeah, I've been kind of like, well, you know, I've been listening to the news quite a lot, and you know, you got like wankers, fucking wankers running countries, just total fucking wankers, and you're like, the fuck is up with you, you fucking knobbins? What is wrong with you? Oh, you know? But of course, they're just tourists, you know? They were just born into wherever they were born, you know? It's all set up. It's all set up. All set up for them already. You know? Like if you was born into a royal family. It's all fucking set up for you. Everything. You know? Everything's set up. You know? Just fucking live your life. Everything's set up for you. It's the same for everyone. Everything's fucking set up for everyone. For their own particular tourist attraction. It's all there. And that's why there's no fucking cohesion. That's why there'll never be world peace. That's why there will never be a one world culture. That's why there will never be equality, because it goes against tourism. And the more you think about it, the more obvious it becomes. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore, because I told you enough. That is enough. That is enough for you to see. Well, yes, I have, yeah. I think it was the following day I said, like, oh shit, does that mean I'm a tourist? You know? Does that mean I'm a tourist? Oh. I mean, majority of people are completely fucking clueless, really, about everything. generally, and I'm only partially not clueless, only partially. And I think, well, doesn't it equate to me just being the same as everyone else? Well, I must be a tourist as well. I mean, generally, I guess I'm having a shared experience with everyone else on their tourism. I mean, they're here, I'm here, we're all doing the same shit. You know? Because, you know, when I was thinking about that, I'm thinking, oh, fucking hell, why tourists? And then I thought to myself, well, surely they asked themselves the same questions. And then I thought, no, they would never ask themselves such a question. Of course they wouldn't. But then I thought, well, if they did ask themselves that question, are they a tourist? Did they agree to be here and stuff like that? You know, what would they say? You know, what would they say? They say yes or no? I just lost my train of thought. Am I a tourist? I'm like them. They don't know they're tourists. They don't know anything anyway. If they didn't know, if they did hear, they thought, would their consideration be the same as mine? I think they're completely brain dead. I just don't think they could even fucking absorb that information. Just wouldn't know what to do with it. And that's why I kind of like thought, well, you know, maybe they forgot. You know, if they really are tourists, I mean, they actually agreed to be here and go through all this shit. By everything they do, they prove they're fucking tourists. It's their mentality. It's everything they do, everything around. It's all tourism. So, I mean, they must have forgot. You know, they get here, they forgot. I mean, they've forgotten by the time they're born. It's like that. You know, there's no way to for them to realise that they're doing a tourist, that they're touring. They don't realise they're touring. Or do they know? And they're just fucking keeping it secret. You know? And you can also apply this to what they say in the Truther community about the inheritors, those that come in after a reset. Were they tourists? Were they self-aware tourists? Were they tourists here who hadn't forgotten that they were on tour? Oh, I said I wouldn't keep on about it. Stop. Stop. Oh, yeah, I'll slot that one in. Hold on. I also heard a phrase. Life is not to be understood, but to be experienced. I heard that within the same week as I got the tourist bomb drop on me. Which I don't know who said that, but I'd fucking like to slap them for fucking saying it, because I just utterly fucking reject that. Utterly. Life is not supposed to be understood, but just experienced. It just fucking goes against my grain. And it makes me wonder, is it for that very reason that I'm different to most other people? I simply just will not live a life of assumption. I just won't do it. I don't know if I can hold this one together. Hold on. I don't know if I can hold this together. Hold on. I don't know if I can keep this together. Come on. Bollocks. The other half's gone. I've only got one of the halves. I'll tell you one of the halves. No, don't go. Don't go. Come back. Well, I think I mentioned in my last vlog about this place being a place of reason and logic, math, putting one thing on top of another. And the laws of this place. Physical laws. On which humanity bases their knowledge and intelligence. Only exists in this place. Outside of this place, which is the bigger picture of everything, there is no such logic or reasoning. There's no such thing as peace or rest, or it simply isn't a thing. There's no, it's apart from here, it's apart from this place. So all the principles of this place do not apply there. I think I might have mentioned that before. So when you're trying to bring things together to explain things in this place, you can't. Because the principles outside of this place don't exist. It's like turning up to a darts match in a pub with free bananas. So how am I going to win this? How am I going to win this game? You know, I'm fucking ill-equipped. You know, it's a pub, it's dartboard, you need darts, I've got fucking bananas. You know, it's just not going to work. It just doesn't work. I mean, you could lob the bananas at someone's head as they're about to throw a dart, you know. apart from disruption, I don't think you're going to win. You know, it's just ridiculous as that. You know, it's just ridiculous. This place is it's just utterly fucking ridiculous to everywhere outside of this reality. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You know? No. Or vice versa. To us here, the other place is just completely fucking ridiculous. It doesn't fucking make any sense. You can't fucking build anything on anything. You just can't. You can't fucking logically fucking reason something to say, well, because this, you've got that. One thing leads on to it. You can't. It just doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't work. And because that is the greater reality than this, the fact that we do live by the principles and the rules of this place, it never fucking works out well for everyone, or anyone really, at the end of the day. It just doesn't work out, because we're more than simply this place and this. We're something more. And somehow we know. But we just can't quite put our finger on it. Until I started vlogging and explain it to you. So yeah, just, you know, take a chill pill. Nothing is of any value. It's not the whole picture. It's just hypnosis. I'll see it when I believe it. No, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, right. Okay. I'm fucking running out of time, man. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. So I think this is coming to an end, this particular Vanavlog. So I don't know if so I need a new channel name. I hope I'm not stirring up any shit. But I'm deleting all of Martin's vlogs off my channel, because with one stroke of his finger he can press on the keyboard, copyright all of his videos on my channel, and it will be wiped off the face of the earth. So I'm gonna have to fucking delete all of his vlogs and then upload this, just to be sure, because you never know. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a choice, did I? I mean, you know, all those years on Flat British, and people know me, they know what I've done, and I'm not fucking part of the celebration. If I say nothing and just carry on, then everyone's going to think I'm a cunt. So my hand has been forced. So it's what it is. It's what it is. Shit, man, I'm out of fucking time. I wanted to talk more. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. I think I should do. I'm just gonna do more Vanavlogs. For now. I mean, I think I need to take a lesson out of Martin's book. A phrase. It's a phrase. I don't mean one of his books. Just take a fucking. You know, he's saying about recently about changing your reality. So, like, he's doing this happy thing. He's doing this happy thing where he's just happy all the time. That's what he says. Now, and it's an achievement, you know, and but it's a force of his will, apparently. You know, I think it's good advice. I think I'm going to take. I'm definitely, you know, I'm definitely fucking taking that advice. I don't know about the happy part, but definitely about taking control, kind of thing. Because, I mean, he's brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant, Martin. He's absolutely brilliant. I've got a lot of respect for him, and so, and for that reason, you know, I'll take his word for it that, you know, that kind of manipulation of your own existence is possible. So I'm definitely, you know, it's on the shelf with everything else in the back of my head, constantly worrying, and I'm gonna keep that going forward. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember now. There's all kids coming out of school now. Fucking hell. Well, they're not 8 on when they're like 11 or 10 or something. Yeah, and I couple that, you know, with the whole thought about, you know, if life is tourism and you are actually, you know, on a some kind of like in holiday adventure, whatever it is exactly that each individual has chosen to be in, to do, to experience for whatever reason, it should stand to reason that if you're not fucking happy with the way things are going in your life, that you can change it. You know? So I'm keeping that. But before I thought about that, my thought was, you've got people that sort of like pray to the universe. I don't know if you've heard of that. You've got there's not very many of them, but it's a thing. These people, they pray to the universe to say like, oh, I just asked the universe to make this happen or to make that happen. You know? And my thought was like, well, if it's a thing, you know, I could say to the universe, look, this isn't fucking working out for me. I don't know how much I paid to be on this fucking journey or what it cost me or whatever, but, you know, I'm not fucking happy. I want things to change, and then just do it like that. You know? But that was my previous thought, but the next thought was what Martin said, so I'm going to do that. Alright, I've got loads of kids standing around looking at me now, so they might think I'm a fucking pedo or something. I better go. I'll catch you later. Seems I can carry on a little bit. I've got a shitload of traffic, so I could talk a bit more. So I think the pressure's off a little bit, isn't it? You know, on your life, when you realise that, you know, it's just a game, if you like. You know, now you've got an explanation as to why we have cultures and different cultures, different languages. Lots of different buildings. Looking to the buildings of the past, you know, like cathedrals and churches and which makes me wonder, oh no, I've already answered that fucking question. I've already answered that. Yeah, I mean, just the whole purpose of our forefathers and foremothers. Why they went into this whole building malarkey. The invention of commerce and clothing. Because at some point in the past, this place was boring. And so, you know, while they were here, they got to making the place interesting. I also have a suspicion that some of those had full knowledge that this is a place of tourism. They absolutely knew. And the reason that they were here, and they did what they did, was for that very reason, to make this place more interesting for either themselves when they came back, or others that they may already know when they come back here, you know. And if you consider your own lifespan, and I know it's very tempting, when you think of somebody that lived hundreds of years ago that we apparently still have a record of, for some bizarre reason you equate the period of time that they lived in, because it's 100 years, hundreds and hundreds of years, that somehow they inherit that amount of time. You know, you think like, oh yeah, they lived in the 1600s. Where's fucking King Henry VIII? Was that 1600, wasn't it? I don't know. I probably got it wrong. But, you know, but how old was he when he fucking died? 50. You know? It's a weird thing. You think ancient people were very clever, but that's impossible. And you think they were very clever because it was hundreds of years ago, and somehow hundreds of years ago somehow infiltrates your mind and your perception of them. And it's weird how that happens, but you've got to ignore that shit because their lifespan was only as long as yours, and they could only accumulate so much information at the same rate as you can now. So the fact that we have architecture that's impossible to build today tells me that those people that were doing it, they weren't born blank. They were born with all of the knowledge, you know? It's I'll tell you what it's like. I'll tell you what, this is a good one. It's like going on a blind date, yeah? You know, we come here, it's a fucking blind date. You know, we've got no idea what's going to happen when we arrive. Got, you know, no idea. But what we call like the inheritors, it weren't a blind date, it's a second date. You know, they've already fucking been here. You know? It's a second date. That's what they were. Second dates. And we're blind dates. And that's how, within, you know, their lifespan, they were able to achieve what we cannot achieve in our lifespan, even though the lifespans are the same amount of time. Yeah. So I think about my wife. Yeah, 25 years. And I honestly don't know if she's a second date. You know, that she's a tourist with knowledge of being a tourist, or she's on a blind date. But I can see that her life is total shit. And say for, you know, 65% of the reason being me, because I do not conform. I do not play the game. I do not play the roles. Which I guess is probably quite unsettling. I mean, I explained my relationship with her to you, so no, I can't explain the relationship. I can describe the principles of our marriage. she doesn't set any principles, but she has all the expectations of all the principles that most people live by. But she doesn't really call on those principles, doesn't call on them at all, really. And for me, I let her do whatever the hell she wants. I don't tell her that she can or can't do it. There's only been 1 or 2 times that I put my foot down. One was to remind her that when we got engaged, I said, I want to live in peace. Yeah, I don't want arguments, I don't want drama, I don't want nothing. I just want peace and quiet. I want to live in peace. Okay? If you can't agree to that, then we're not going to get married. She agreed. About 10 years later, she forgot. I had to remind her in no uncertain terms. That's one time. And the only other time I ever put my foot down was when the COVID jabs, at the time, I was working in central London, in hospitals, in COVID wards, without the proper PPE, and I saw things, and I just knew it was utter fucking bollocks. It was just, it was a show. It was a complete show. It was a complete show. And so convinced was I, and I did have a choice. I did choose to work in COVID wards without the proper PPE at my own peril. But I knew it was bollocks, because I could see what was going around me, and I knew it was bollocks. I knew it wasn't true. I knew it wasn't true. I mean, for fuck's sake, there were actors acting as nurses. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. I also realised that the whole thing, the whole COVID thing, for whatever reason, and I don't think I never actually found out what the real reason was. But what I could see is that the intention was to infect the human race with the COVID virus with an injection right into your blood. That's all I knew at that point in regards to the jab. And so then one day, you know, she said that she was going to come home. On the way home, she's going to go into a medical centre and go and get the COVID jab. And I said, you get that jab and it's all over. I said, because, you know, I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. And, you know, I'd seen videos where people had terrible reactions to it, even died. And I said, you have that jab, you know, you might die, you know. And I said, if you get the jab, that's it. And so she didn't get the jab. And then, of course, a couple of years later, everyone that's had the jab, their immune system, you know, is like trying to kick it out of their system, because obviously it's a fucking whatever it is. And everybody became contagious. in England. And yeah, and a couple of years later, we both caught COVID. And it was a shit-free fucking weeks, I'll tell you that. I mean, you know, you could get ill for like 4 or 5 days, you know, shivering, fucking aching, cold, can't eat, and blah, 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 blah. It was all that, it was that for 3 fucking weeks, man. You know what I mean? And at the time I thought, you fucking cunts. You fucking cunts. I know all the people that got the fucking jab fucking incubated the cunt in their fucking system, and then their body fucking chucked it fucking out into the atmosphere for me to fucking breathe in. Cunts. But you know, she fought it off, I fought it off. Yeah. But I say, I mean, that's the only 2 times I've ever put the foot down with the wife, you know. But she says to me, oh, you know, I want to go to France to go and see my fucking sister, or fucking here or there, I'll go anywhere. Do you mind? I'm like, no, you're not a slave, you know. You know, we mutually agree to live with each other, to be with each other. That's it. That's it. I don't tell you what to do, and you don't tell me what to do. Simple as that. That's my fucking principle in my marriage, and 25 years later we're still together, you know. But I could have taken on the principles of the world. I mean, I think like the year's 2025, and now my principles that I've always had are now completely acceptable and preferred principle in a relationship, like man-woman, or maybe woman and man-man, who knows. But, you know, it's politically correct, that kind of thinking. But, you know, that's only in the last kind of like 10 years. But I mean, for the first 15 years, you know, the principle should have been that I was the man of the house, and what I say goes, and she should respect it, and all that kind of stuff. But I never did that. But the thing is that she grew up being taught that one day she would get married, and she's like 9 years older than me, so even more so than I know. She would have been brought up to say, like, yes, and then you'll get married, and then, you know, you don't argue with your husband. If he tells you to do something, you do it, you know. You fucking wash his feet, you can wash his hair, clip his toenails, whatever, I don't know, whatever. And since she's been married to me, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't have to do anything like that at all. And I kind of think to myself, well, I know that I'm right in how I've conducted the relationship, the marriage, but I've denied her, you know, that kind of a relationship, you know, where I'm fucking like, you know, doing the fucking caveman shit, you know, fucking like dragging her up to bed by her hair, up the stairs, you know, I mean, you know, had I been like that, or if I, well, I couldn't do it now because it's probably illegal, but, you know, had I been like that, you know, she might feel a little bit more secure, a bit more happy. She knows where she stands. You know, she's been taught, you know, let your husband drag you by the feet to bed. You know, and then she lets me do it. And then, you know, the following day she's like, oh, well, you know, I'm a good wife because I let him fucking, like, drag me up the fucking stairs by the feet and fucking give me a good one. But, you know, I just don't fucking do that. So, and does she feel insecure? You know, I just don't know. I don't know. And I don't know if she's a fucking second date or a blind date. I don't know. I don't know. Is she in the full knowledge of what's going on here? And, you know, I'm just part of the fucking, what do you call it, stage prop, you know? Am I just a stage prop to her? Yes, I'm a bit fucking stuck. I mean, as you know, years ago, I was saying, like, you know, I couldn't authenticate anybody's existence beyond that of my own. Because it was quite possible that everything only exists in my mind. Although I don't think that now, I'm still in the same fucking boat, because I don't know who's a fucking a self-aware tourist and who isn't a self-aware tourist. I mean, there's got to be maintenance of the status quo. You know, I mean, there are no doubt hundreds and hundreds of thousands of tourists to come here in the future. And you know, there must be expectations. They must have expectations. And I mean, I could see that, you know, humanity, just like forget everything that I said for a second. I can see that humanity is programmed to be constantly building, putting one thing on top of another. You know, I can see that. And so, you know, in that regard, there is a maintenance, you know, of this place going on all the time by the unwitting or the witted. But I'm just thinking that there must be some that are here not as tourists but as employees working here, you know? Like, for example, if I said that there's a world leader and he's not a tourist, he's actually fucking employed by the tourism board to regulate this place. You know, that concept you can imagine. You might not believe it, you can imagine it, couldn't you? You know, someone in power, lots of power and authority and wealth, that they can manipulate the course of humanity and their maintenance and creativity of this place. If everybody was just on a blind date, you know, it would just be fucking dumb luck. It would just be dumb luck that things get built, or there's progression, or anything like that. And then you got me. I mean, you know, me. I mean, who fucking thinks like this? You know? When there's cars passing me, I'm driving in traffic, you know, all these people around, they're not having a fucking conversation in their head about the fucking finer points of fucking reality. You know? They're just not. They're just thinking about, oh, did I do that? Did I do this? What's for dinner tonight? Oh, I wonder if anybody saw me. You know, just fucking superficial shit, tourist shit. You know? Fucking stuff tourists think about. So does that make me not a tourist? Check the map. Oh, I checked the map and then it fucking switched off. What a bastard. So yeah, I mean, you know, yet again, the futility of the ongoings of mankind is manifested yet again. You know, where's the true fucking value, you know, in tourism, living for a period of time and then fucking dying, going back to where you fucking came from. It's, you know, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll fucking say whatever I want now. I can say whatever the fuck I want now. Yeah, so like my old man, I don't think he's dying anymore. I don't think so. I think he's recovering. But it's touch and go, because he's still interacting with the NHS and everything that they're designed to do, although it's supposed to be for his benefit. Everything they do just fucking destroys him. If he makes one step forward, they take him 2 steps back, you know, that kind of mechanics. But when he was very, very close to the point of fucking death by NHS, I could see his mind was slipping away. And, you know, I've known him for about 53 years. I knew the man that he has always been. And then, not, you know, fairly recently, and he was at the point where the cohesion of his values and sensibilities principles, his how he envisages himself and how he envisages himself in the presence of others, just falling apart. And his whole world just came to a point of, they're going to kill me, and I don't know if I can carry on fighting to live. And it was so severe that mentally he was losing his own self-cohesion, his own mental cohesion. It's just like falling apart, just, you know. Coupled with that, about 30 years ago, I worked in a might as well been a fucking hospice, but it weren't. It was an old people's home, but people just went there to die. And there was one woman, she's about 99 years old, but this is 30 years ago. I mean, 99-year-olds today, I mean, you know, it's quite common. 30 years ago, not so much. And to be 99 30 years ago, the wear and tear on the human body, because you didn't have luxury back then. I can't do math, okay? The toll was so heavy on the body because there's no luxury, there's no labour-saving devices like a fucking Hoover, you know? Nothing like that. And this woman grew up for 99 years in that kind of an environment, up to 30 years ago. So maybe what, you had labour-saving devices for about, when she was 80, something like that. So she was 99 30 years ago, and she was fucking pretty fucking worn down. I mean, you know, like a fucking tyre mark on the road. You just fucking, you know. I'm saying 99-year-old today, they probably had 30 years of labour-saving devices, and, you know, didn't really fucking kill themselves just to live. So, you know, I would say, you know, if it was today, I'd say that she would, if a woman was 160 years old today, in the year 2025, that would be comparable to 30 years ago, that 99-year-old woman. Because she was that old, that long ago, she was a special case. And so at that old people's home, they medically kept her alive, but she couldn't walk, she couldn't move, and she wouldn't talk, and she wouldn't open her eyes. And it was as if, and my feeling at the time, there was just no soul. There was no soul in that body. You know? It's like there was no one there. It was gone. It was diminished. It was just the cohesion. I don't know. I'm just at a loss for words for trying to explain my perception of from 30 years ago. It's very difficult. But I could see the detachment I've got that in my fucking storage bank, in my history. I've seen that detachment of a human being, or you know, just a person in a physical body, being physically there but not there. And I observed the same with my dad. Not to any extent like that, but the beginnings of the disconnect, you know. But I think he's coming back now, by the looks of it. But I say it's touch and go, because he's still under the NHS cosh, you know, and he has faith in them. And so he lets them do horrible things to him. That's not really the point. But I'm just trying to marry it up with the whole tourist thing, you know. I'm just trying to see, is there something there, you know, the separation between, you know, the two, the intent to be here, the participation of being here, and the restrictions of this place, you know. It's like, for example, if you went to fucking, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or some fucking Islamic country, and like you went into a mosque, or maybe fucking even like, you know, fucking Jerusalem, to go and see where Jesus was born, you can't wear shorts, you have to wear trousers. If you ain't got trousers on, you can't go in, you know. You cannot participate unless you have an item of clothing on. And it's kind of like the same with my dad. It's kind of like he's lost part of his physical clothing, in a sense, and so he's not able to participate to the extent that he would like to. And as a result, there's like a bit of a disconnect from reality for him. I mean, I'm sorry to get silly now, but like, if I had a fucking time machine, and then, you know, I went back 30 years, and I said, Dad, look, yeah, we're just fucking going on a fucking tourist trip 30 years into the future. Yeah, and then I'll fucking bring him to come and meet him today. He'd say to me, kill me. I don't want to fucking live like this. This is not what I fucking signed up for. Pardon the phrase, you know. But he'd say like, no, I don't want this. This is not what I want. He said if he ever went blind, he'd want me to kill him, one way or another, or just work it out so he could kill himself, you know. And then, although he's not fucking blind or anything, I still know that the man that he was, he would not be happy with the man that he is now. So I don't know, you know. Why does he think that way? You know, does he have some kind of like preconceived idea that when he was going to come here as a tourist on whatever fucking what's that bloody word, excursion, it is today, he's kind of like, well, fucking hell, I didn't sign up for that. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I mean, if you are a pre-knowing tourist, well, obviously the rules are you can't fucking tell anybody that you know, can you? You wouldn't be able to say, would you? Oh no, you're kind of like, oh, this fucking conspiracy theorist. You're a conspiracy theorist. It's a conspiracy. But look at the world that you live in. Advertising. Advertising. Clothing, shopping, retail. It's all fucking, I just said the word and now I forgot it. A conspiracy. You go to, I don't know, any famous retail shop that sells clothes. Every morning they conspire that anyone that enters through that shop door, they're gonna get their money one way or another, and they conspire, they plan, they make up schemes, they draw graphs, they have team meetings, they have monthly meetings, biannual meetings, yearly meetings, they go on courses, they take exams. To manipulate anybody that sets foot in that building. And that's not just retail. That is everything. Whatever industry you like, the principles are the same. We live in a world of conspiracy. That is absolutely true. It's a principle of this world. It's as simple as that. Or maybe a boy and a girl, and a boy is attracted to a girl. So he does everything that he can. He will conspire. He'll do everything that he can to get that girl. A bit of fucking real cream, like in some eye drops that make the whites of your eyes white, not bloodshot. Nice clothes, perfume, being a gentleman, being polite, etc, 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 until he gets her. But it's manipulation. It's absolute manipulation. And I've heard it said by a woman before. They said, when you get engaged, or when you're with a boyfriend and you're engaged, that's the best it will ever be. Because once you're married, they'll just turn into a slob. They'll just revert to their fucking default self. Just fucking scratching their arse, picking their nose, farting in the bath, just manly shit. They'll just fucking go back to default. Again, and what is the temptation? Like with the boy and the girl analogy I just gave. Tourism. Leave your home, and come with me to my home. It's tourism. To go to another place that you think might be better, more interesting, more something. It's absolutely everywhere. Absolute conspiracy, manipulation, and it's the foundation of tourism. And that is how the lives. Or like another example, when you're at school, shit, where am I going? When you're at school, well, anyway, well, yeah. In my job, I go to nurseries, I go to infant schools, I go to junior schools, I go to senior schools. I know my terminology is old, I'm not saying the right things, but in each of those different aged child prisons, there's always a current theme spewing out of a teacher's mouth to the children, and it's always, you have to do what I tell you because you're going to go to the big school next year, so you have to do what you're told because you're going to go to the big school, and you have to learn this and you have to do that because you're going to the big school. And then I've worked at the big school, and then when you go to the big school, the teachers spew out the same shit. You've got to do what we say because you're going to the big school next year. And then when it comes to, like when I've been working in colleges, they spew out the same fucking bile, and they say, well, you have to do what I say and repeat what I say and do what I do because you're leaving school next year and you've got to get a job. But the principle's the same. But I mean, for me, my perspective, I would say that that's unwilling tourism, but it's still tourism by another means. You can't stay here, you've got to go over there. I mean, this has created a little bit of a problem for me. Because if what I'm saying is true, and you know, I take into consideration where tourists have been placed. So, like for example, well, hell, man. You know, someone born in China. I mean, yeah, interesting place, yeah, but what kind of a life is that? Oh my gosh, I mean, they fucking live in boxes. They sleep in coffins in the cities. And then, what if he was born in Dubai? Is that the richest country on earth? I don't know. No, hold on. Monaco. Let's say he was born in Monaco. Now, because I got a blank when it comes to pre-existence at the moment, I'm sure I'll find out in the future. But for the moment, I've got nothing. I'm just fucking blank, you know, when it comes to that. I'm thinking, well, why is it that some tourists are born in wealth and some tourists are born into poverty? And if they are tourists, that does mean that there was a pre-decision made for both of those two examples. There was a pre-decision made, which, you know, no, I'll just leave that there for a second. I won't go any further on that. And so I'm kind of like, well, hold on a minute. I know who's got the better deal. And so, if I am just a stage prop, and my interaction with them, you know, should I be more facilitating to those that have a better deal, and less facilitating to those that, in my opinion, have a pretty shit fucking deal? No? That's become a little bit of a problem for me, because up until the tourist thing, I saw no value in anything. Yeah, so, yeah. I'm just not like any of them at all. I'm not like any of them at all. I mean, you know, even if my wife is a blind date tourist, she doesn't think like I think at all, and doesn't want to. And I'm a blind date tourist, and I do want to. I just cannot imagine that I would ever agree to be going through all this. And then you've got a million questions about, like, oh, how much did it cost? What was the cost? What was the reason? You know, for us to become tourists. Oh, there's another thing I just remembered. Oh my gosh. It might be relatable. I don't know. It might be relatable. I can't be asked to think anymore. Like putting things together. But it did come into my mind around the same time as everything else. How am I going to say this? Okay. Well, maybe if I just speak, it will just fucking work. I'll try. So, in my observations of common man, day by day, and my considerations and fascinations and attempts of interpretations of why people do what they do, fairly recently I've stopped judging. I've just observed physical movements, facial expressions, vocal, if they whisper, if they shout, if they scream, just watching that. And intelligence or spirit or soul or the human will, that which motivates life, whatever you want to fucking call it. Because I've seen dead bodies. You know, they're not animated; they're dead. It's still a fucking human being, but it's just not moving. It's just not doing anything. What you call a dead human being. And I've seen human beings that walk around and speak and do things, silly things. Just on that alone, it formulated a picture in my mind, which was that the physical world if you want, is like a mass. It's like a I can only use words that you can relate to. Bollocks. Okay, a primeval soup. Life is just like a primeval soup. It's the word innate. It doesn't move, it doesn't do anything. It's just there. It's just a thing, just like that. And then you've got intelligence. And it's as if that intelligence itself has formed the recognisable world that we see today out of that gloop. And that's what's going on moment by moment, second by second. It's the manipulation of will over physicality. And on top of that, if that wasn't bad enough, on top of that, we are the physical world. Our bodies is the physical world, the globe that's been manipulated and wills everything into doing what we do. But that will is not the physical world. We are the physical world. But because of this intrusion, and because we don't know any different, we think we are that will. But the will is detrimental to our physical being. And all of the sufferings and everything like that is a result of that will creating a disequilibrium within the very fabric of nature itself. And so everybody has the experience of physical harm constantly, one way or another, and the incomprehensible experience of will trying to understand the complexity of our physical nature. So the physical world and everything in it, which I would say is actually life, but the will within man and everything else, trees, grass, whatever, a seed that turns into a tree, it's a result of will. And that will is doing it without permission of the physical world. And so because we experience a will and we experience just being a physical form and everything like that, there's a conflict in our mind, which isn't really our mind. Yeah. So you got that going on as well. So I'll be back in a minute. I just got to get some shopping for my dad. yeah, I mean, like, if you think of like a fucking Frankenstein movie, something like that, and you got some kind of fucking volume of fucking I don't know, bio fucking gunk or something like that, and then like you shove in a load of fucking electrodes or whatever, and then suddenly you turn on the machine and then this fucking, I don't know, fucking monster appears out of the goo. It's kind of like that kind of thing. A lot of people are kind of like focused on, you know, spiritual or other dimensions and stuff like that, but on this particular train of thought, I'm just trying to tally up the human experience. Being as honest as I possibly can. In my mind, when I reached the age of comprehension and the ability to understand, what should have been taught to me should have been the pursuit of living forever. And that's unheard of. Doesn't matter what country you're from. I mean, it just doesn't happen. I've observed, maybe you have as well, where you've had an injury and your body healed itself. Now, that should jar against your brain if you're a Christian, because you believe in the curse of God, sin, death. Everything's going to die, death, die, death, die, death, die. Yeah, but the body heals itself. Brain fuck. So, you know, that side, the body does heal itself, and for the body to heal itself, it needs stuff, vitamins, minerals, stuff. So, in my world, if I had kids, I would teach them to be constantly eating anything edible, you know. So if you was just taking a walk in a park or forest, you know, get your phone out, fucking go on Google Pictures, take a picture, yeah, take a picture of the leaf, and if it's not poisonous, fucking eat it. Because if it's edible and it's not poisonous, your body, I would suggest, but I don't know for a fact, actually needs it. Your body needs everything because it's all part and parcel of everything, and it shouldn't be separated. It shouldn't be separated. And so, as the human body does repair itself and actually replace itself over decades, you need to be constantly fucking munching on lots of different leaves and anything in nature that's edible, not poisonous. If your body's already programmed, if that's the right word, to repair itself, the only thing that's going to stop it is you, by not giving it what it needs. I think that's pretty fucking basic, really. So I've got to get some more shopping now, a little bit more shopping. I know we hear these horror stories about the rich and powerful tourists who apparently extract some kind of fucking chemical from scared children to live longer. I don't, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But that would be inferior to literally just going around and imbuing your body with everything that it needs as much as possible. Not only like stuff in your face, just taking a sample, you know, just a sample of a leaf. You know, I don't say like eat a whole fucking leaf. You know, just like snip a little bit off with your fingernail and your thumb, you know, if it's edible and not poisonous, and I can digest it. You know, your body will love it. It makes me laugh, you know, when they like, you know, when you're feeling like really run down, and then you go to the chemist or whatever, and they say, oh yeah, you know, you need some vitamin B12 or fucking, you know, whatever. Your body's lacking in this particular mineral, and you know, you think that's the be and end all of it all. Your body's lacking fucking everything. It's starving. It's starving to death, because it's not a matter of just masses of bulk of one particular edible item or a selective, but it's not mass of a few things, it's a mass of many things that your body needs. It's pretty complex, human body. I mean, I've been through the whole health thing, natural health. I forget the terminology for it. I can't remember. You know, they say things like dandelions. Is it dandelions? Got more vitamin C than orange, so eat dandelion leaves. What was I going to say? So that was a pretty good vlog, right? Apart from me fucking getting the wrong end of the stick and talking shit. But I mean, as you know, I just keep it real, you know. I just say things how they are, and you know, I don't act. I don't, you know. Apart from phrases like "good energy," apart from a few catchphrases, that's about it for my acting skills and being disingenuous. So yeah, and right now everything's like against me to carry on doing the Vanavlog, following on from that which you just heard. My life is just, it's organised chaos. It's absolute chaos, but not with, it's not random chaos. It's not things just, you know, there's a fucking intent behind it, you know, so it's organised chaos. And it always culminates when I want to do something like a Vanavlog. All fucking manner of shit just fucking kicks off, you know. It's a fucking whirlwind, huh? And I picked a peaceful spot to park up. I've only got about 40 minutes at the most. Because my life's absolutely fucking mental. But I do know that when I do a Vanavlog, it's really important. Things that I say are really important. And you know, the less Vanavlogs I do, I've had an intent to do a Vanavlog, but then I just haven't done it. And then, lo and behold, a month or two later, whatever I would say fucking suddenly comes up on TikTok. Someone on TikTok fucking comes out with exactly what I was going to say, you know? So I'm missing out. I'm just totally fucking missing out when I don't, you know, because I want to say it, you know? I've thought about it. I mean, in a way, it's a good thing that someone else has said it, because I haven't said it, and I've come to the same conclusion. So, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, fucking validates what I was going to say, you know. Yeah. Because sometimes people say stuff. What was it? I got a comment. Was it a Vanavlog or something? Someone commented, and they said something which I can't remember, and I thought, did they think about that themselves? Or did they remember me saying that a year or two ago, you know? So, is it good to do a Vanavlog or not to do a Vanavlog on a point of validation? I mean, you know, it's been fucking pissing down with fucking rain all day today. I stopped to do a fucking Vanavlog and it's fucking like 21 degrees suddenly, and the sun's blaring inside of my fucking head. Yeah, Vanavlogs. You know, the generations that are being indoctrinated at kindergarten at the moment, you know, they're going to be a completely different type of people in 30 years. You know, completely different people, different principles, different. And when I was growing up, apart from the television, there was no real kind of peeking into the past of just normal people that lived their lives and how they lived. You know, you just didn't have cameras and stuff, you know, video cameras and stuff like that, you know. If you wanted to know, you'd have to fucking read a book, you know, from a library or something like that. And of course, you know, your common man or woman just wouldn't have the money or the kind of lifestyle where they would be able to write a book, let alone for it to be accepted into a library. So for me, growing up, you know, there was no real kind of like, beyond the immediate family, no real kind of historical presentation of how life really was before I was born. But now it's different, and all those little 2, 3, 4 year olds in their little schools at the moment, they will well, I mean, they're going to have 20, 30 years backlog of people doing vlogs and speaking about their life, you know, like in this period of time. And I'm just, you know, logging into that, you know. So, you know, in one way, it's, you know, it's good to, you know, for what would I say? So in the year 2060, and you've got some fucking spotty teenager, and they're like, I wonder what life was like in 2025. I mean, how did like the English think, you know? Just a normal peasant, just a normal English fucking peasant from fucking 2025. What did they think? What concerned them? And you know, I might be there as a resource. Yeah. So from that perspective, yeah, I'll do a Vanavlog. And if they found Martin Leaker's channel, fuck me, they'd be in for a treat, wouldn't they? Bloody hell. You know, they wouldn't just get, you know, the year 2025, going back to the fucking 1400s, 1500s, 1600s. You know? Obviously, they wouldn't get like live video from those eras, but it'd still be information that hasn't been vetted by the powers that should not be. It's just raw. And I mean, who knows? You know, like in the year 2060, you know, people might not have a sense of humour anymore. You know, like, you know, you'd be hard pressed not to laugh watching a fucking flatter day vlog. You know. Yeah, so it's kind of important. I tell myself it's kind of important that I do vlogs, and I'm just doing a bit of work for a second. I have to multitask. Oh shit, I don't know what the time is. Oh, hold on. Okay, I've got half an hour. I mean, if I say anything, you know, there would be something. If I'm like running a vlog for like half an hour, I only say one thing, well, it's not a complete waste, is it? Go away, go away, go away. Towards the end of my last vlog, which is this vlog, because this is like a sandwich, the other end. I was talking about the whole thing about matter and it being its own entity, and then the will of mankind, womankind, it's kind of like slotted into it and manipulating it to its own will, and somehow it ties up with tourism, but I can't tie it up together yet. And actually quite a lot of the things that I say, they won't tie up together, because I'm coming at things from different perspectives. And one of the good things about that is because we were all taught a monotone, a mono perspective. That's what school's all about and education's all about. You know, one perspective, that's it. And then you can be controlled. You know? But I don't know why I thought of the word invent. I invent different perspectives. Doesn't matter. I do or I don't. I'll just bring out different perspectives. But I mean, you know, I'm genuine. Awful lot of thought. Stuff goes into it. Yeah, so everything's crazy at the moment. I might just tell you about my life. So I'm going to lie and say that I'm a surveyor. I'm not a surveyor, but my job is being a surveyor, but I'm not a surveyor. And to be a surveyor, it takes a lot of brain power, a lot. You have to do with variables, juggling. I don't know if you can juggle, but you have to mentally juggle. You have to mentally juggle, and then occasionally drop 1 or 2 balls, and then see where they fall, and then put them together, compartmentalise them, drop another ball, compartmentalise them again, and keep going till you've just got 1 ball, and then you just drop it, see where it falls, and then compartmentalise it. That's a simple way for me to try to explain what I do all fucking day. And I do 10 to 11 hour days. So it's a total head fuck. But you know, it's okay, you know, I'm okay. And I quite like it, if that's all I had to think about all day. Unfortunately, that is not all I get to think about all day, because my dad's, he survived the NHS, that's all I can say, but he's not in a good way, and I have to care for him physically and emotionally, mentally, because he phones me up during the day and I phone him up during the day, trying to sort of like re-establish his mental health and his confidence in himself, because they really fucking ripped him apart, I swear. So that's pretty tough going, and you know, I have to learn stuff as well, physiotherapy, you know, stuff to do with say like aids for disabled people and stuff like that, equipment. I have to learn about the equipment, how to use it, and all kinds of stuff, and it's just constant every fucking day. It's been about 3 months now, and so yeah, I'm trying to concentrate on the job, which is fucking difficult. I'm getting phone calls every day and I have to respond and phone back, even when he hasn't phoned me. You know, it's just fucking non-stop. And then I'm married. You know what I mean? I'm married. You know, so, I've got to try and sort of like look after the wife, you know, cook the dinner, you know, do my dad's food for his dinner, his lunch. I mean, I'm just fucking flat out, just flat out. And basically, I'm home about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I go to bed about 8. So I have like 2 hours in the evening. I mean, I'm still doing stuff, obviously, like making food and etc. But it's only those 2 hours I really get any time to sort of like think about things concerning Flat the true origin of all things, and yeah, you know, it's not a lot of time, and you know, all of these circumstances, it's not like self-inflicted. I mean, I didn't fucking bring it on to myself, really. I mean, if you could have say rescuing my dad, because he probably should have died. If I did not intervene, he'd be dead. They would have fucking killed him. You know, they nearly did. I just fucking got him out just in time. But then I have to pay for that, you know? I pay for it with my own life. I have to sacrifice my own life to do that. So yeah, it's just fucking full on. It's fucking full on. I just don't have the time for my wife. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm not, you know, I'm not being a miserable bastard. No, I'm just fucking dealing with shit. I mean, give it a couple of months, I think my dad will be back on track, back to his normal self. And when he's back to his normal self, then I only just see him on a Friday. It's not me, I don't work Saturdays, so when I finish work on a Friday, I go and spend a couple of hours with him, have a beer, have a chat, and of course Saturday I'm off. So yeah, I mean, a couple of months, it might get back to that situation again, and then I'll have free time. I won't have to like do his food, I won't have to visit him. I mean, this is another thing, you know, I'll finish work and then I'm straight over to my dad's to sort out his stuff, you know. And then, you know, it's not just physical, mental, emotional care, it's also fucking dealing with the shenanigans of the NHS. You know, making appointments and cancelling appointments and arguing, you know, with the NHS, the nurses, district nurses. Which is all kind of rather boring, so I won't bore you anymore with that. But yeah, it's just fucking, yeah. So I mean, you know, it's just what's going on. And I just don't have my own laptop, you know. I mean, I have a laptop. I smashed the screen in a fit of rage about a year and a half ago, and it's just part of my life that every year there's some tragedy that wipes out my finances. It's just every year, you know? It's just every year. It'll be something. It'll be something. And this year's been no different, and last year was no different, and I just can't afford to buy another laptop. So anyway, so the laptop that's right to the smash is connected to my TV, and then because we don't watch TV, like as in like television programs, I just connect the laptop to the television and then like watch stuff off the laptop, off the internet, that way. But then, you know, it's completely designated to that purpose, so I just don't have a laptop. You know, now and again I get a little bit of time to go through lots of photographs and pick out ones that I think are intriguing, and then knock up a vlog. But I mean, you know, it's fucking tight. It's tight to be able to do that, you know? So yeah, I can't do as much as I'd like to do. It's not that I don't want to. And as I said in this vlog earlier, which was the Monday vlog, I've got a lot to share, and yeah, but I'm just fucking waiting it out. That's all. Just waiting it out. Yeah, so I mean, the whole thing about, you know, the will of mankind in humanity. If I say humanity, you're just like physical beings, like men and women, walking around, and you just got this like an intelligence kind of thing. It's like a tourist thing, you know. It's like humanity are avatars, you know, like that, of the physical human people walking around, and I can see it's connected to the whole tourism thing, but it wasn't because of the tourism thing that I thought about it. It was just, I'm just like looking from my, you know, the perspective that I spoke about the Vanavlog before, like last week or whatever it was. Well, just observing people. It just hit me today. I'm like, you know what? I'm looking at people. I'm looking at people and reflecting upon myself, because I've always, no, not always, in recent years, I just like look in the mirror and I'm like, who the fuck is that, really? You know what I mean? I know I've been born into it, and I've like seen it for decades. But I mean, you know, I didn't fucking design that. You know, there's kind of like a separation between my consciousness and my physical form. You know, and I don't know. It's about an hour and a half ago. I saw this girl. I guess she was like in her 20s or something. Oh no, she had the school uniform on. Must have been like 19 then or something. How old are they? Oh, I don't know. And all I can say is that she looked boring, absolutely boring, and she just looked boring. There's no distinguishable features of interest at all. It was just bland. But I was sure that I knew that if I got into a conversation with her, that it would be a completely different story altogether. My perception would completely change of that person. But it doesn't negate the fact that she looked boring. And I probably would have concluded that her appearance didn't match her character or personality, the person that she is. But, you know, it's just kind of like, just reaffirmed to me that, yeah, you know, the person inside the physical body is not represented by the physical body. I can see it. I can absolutely see it. You know? And I mean, you've probably done this yourself. Actually, you probably have, because everybody does it now. Like when you do like, no, it's not quite the same. Not a selfie, but like if you had a camera going in a room, just on a fucking table, and you're just walking about the room, just scratching your ass, making a cup of tea, fluffing up cushions on the sofa. I don't know. Just, you know, like 10 minutes, yeah, and you watch it, and then you play it back and watch it, and you're like, what's that mean? Do I walk like that? Do I look like that from that angle? You know, it's just, you know what I'm saying? But it all adds together. It's all another piece to another piece about what I'm saying. And I'm gonna enlarge on it. I'm gonna call it the Great Divide. The Great Divide. The divide between the physical and the spiritual. I just say those words because it's easy. I always try not to complicate things, so I try to keep things as simple as I can. But you've got a fucking, what is going on there? Getting like spots as well. Is it this week? This week I just keep getting fucking spots. Yeah, and I think there's it goes unnoticed, but I think there's a conflict in all people. They have a conflict. Between their mind and the physical experience of their existence. There's a conflict between the two. And oh, I remember what that comment was now. What happens where a unstoppable object meets an immovable object? What happens? There's something that cannot be moved and something that cannot be stopped meet. What happens? And I think that's what we go through with our mind, our own inner identity and our physical form. You know, everybody wants to have the ability to be able to fly, don't they? Or walk through walls, or any kind of fucking superhero trait. You know, it's just a fucking no-brainer. Everybody wants it. Of course they do. You know, if I offered it to you, if I said like, okay, yeah, so yeah, if you just like take this device that I've made, it's set at a certain frequency, you just put it on your arm like a watch, and you can walk through walls, and it's free. Are you interested? Who's going to say no? So you've got the limitations of the physical form and the will within the physical form. But I don't think they're the same thing. I don't think they're the same thing. And I'm kind of getting an inkling that that will is oppressive upon all nature. I'm getting that feeling. And then when you think about, you know, antiquity in the past, I think I'm the only person that actually will say this, honestly, from their heart. I think that they had teleportation. In the past, you know, with antiquity and all that lot. I definitely think they had it. I definitely think they had it. And of course, along with that, the ability to levitate, fly, if you like. Pretty sure they had it. And of course, the question is, why? Why did they do that? And the answer is obviously because they wanted to do it. Because the physical body, the physical world, doesn't facilitate it. It just doesn't, you know. So they have to improvise, and they did. But what I'm saying is behind that, there's no continuity. There's no synchronicity in mankind to just be at peace as just being a physical fucking, you know, to sort of take on the concept of a human being is just an animal, just another physical life form walking, crawling the earth. You know? People just won't have it. Apart from the evolutionists and woke people. Not woke as in real woke, as in like, you know, political woke people. Establishment woke people. Yeah, I'm out of time. So I can't carry on. Yeah, So, yeah, bit of a weird vlog. I'm not renaming my channel or anything like that. I just completely got the wrong end of the fucking stick. You know, this is a fucking harmless fucking vlog, celebrating Flat Earth British, and I just, where was my mind? Where was my mind? You know, but you know, I have no shame. I have no shame. I fucking, you know, you know, I'm uploading it. You know, fucking, yeah. If I sound like a cunt, I sound like a cunt. You know, I'm just honest. I'm just being realistic. No bollocks for me. You know, just be honest. You know? And you know, it would be great. You know, I mean, I TikTok a lot. I have to admit, the last 6 months really been crap. It's very rare to find someone that will just be honest and talk to you, and you know, try to relate to you and think about you and how your experience of life and the questions and answers, and you know, it's just so rare, even on YouTube, you know, these days. I mean, before I found Flat Earth British, there was a couple of channels where, you know, you had people that were just real and, you know, just being real, just sharing, you know, their life with others. And then, you know, you didn't feel as mad, because you thought, well, I'm not the only one thinking crazy shit. Yeah, and then I joined Flat Earth British, Unnatural Progression. But then those channels just disappeared, you know, gone. I mean, not for want of looking, you know, it's just very rare to find a genuine person, I'll be honest. So, you know, that's where I'm at. If you don't like it, fuck off. Yeah, that's it, really. And yeah, see you later.